Yo guys, Codelife here. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you all how to turn the fog in Fortnite from looking like this to looking like this instead. As you guys seen there, in the first clip with the default settings, the fog was really thick and you could barely see any of the buildings through it. However, in the second clip, with this new setting enabled, you're actually able to see in the fog as if it's like transparent. Like you can actually see the buildings now when you couldn't before. This is just one example of many though guys. I will be doing a full comparison of this new setting compared to the default settings later in this video. So be sure to watch the whole video so that you don't miss out on that comparison, as well as another bonus colorblind setting comparison too. Before we do start though guys, I do want to just quickly say that if this video does help you out, or if you do learn something new, be sure to drop a like on the video guys, and use Codelife in the Fortnite item shop if you would like to help me out. Right now there's Ghoul Trooper in there guys, so if you do pick that up, be sure to use my code. Doing that or liking the video would help me out so much and would be greatly appreciated. So if you do, thank you very much. Back to the video though guys, I want to quickly explain the Fogg situation first, before we do take a look at the new setting that makes the fog see-through. So if you've been playing Fortnite recently, you'll know that there's an in-game Halloween event going on right now that's called Fortnitemares. With this event obviously being Halloween related, Epic Games have implemented a rather thick fog around the entire map of Fortnite to add this sort of spooky / creepy atmosphere, which honestly they have done a fantastic job on this. The map does indeed feel quite spooky, as it really should on Halloween. This fog though has been and still is a massive problem for a lot of competitive players out there right now. This is due to how the fog affects the visibility on the map. Before the fog was added, it was relatively easy to spot enemies around the map, but now that the fog's in the game, it has made it really hard to spot them just due to how thick the fog is. That does change in this video. Like we've seen from that one example, there's now a way that we can all see through this fog using just one new setting. This new setting is an NVIDIA control panel setting, and it's called image sharpening. What this setting does is pretty much what it sounds like it does. It enhances the definition of edges in an image, or in this case it would be in-game. In Fortnite, what this image sharpening is doing is it's making buildings and players stand out a lot more from the fog, and it makes those two a lot more sharper, making the fog less thick and easier to see through. To get this image sharpening setting in-game, all you need to do is go onto your desktop, click the bottom left Windows icon and type in NVIDIA. You want to then click on the NVIDIA GeForce Experience app, and in here you want to click on the drivers button at the top, then install the latest game ready driver. This shouldn't take too long to install. All you need to do is just hit Express Installation, and once it's finished you're good to go. What you want to do then is open your NVIDIA control panel. To do this, all you need to do is right click on your desktop and select NVIDIA control panel. In the control panel you want to then go to the left hand side and click on the tab Manage 3D Settings. In here you should see a setting appear called image sharpening. You want to click on that setting guys and turn it on. You then want to select the sharpen and put that all the way to the max, number 1, and you want to put the film gain to the lowest, which is 0. Then after that all you want to do is hit apply and you're good to go. I have messed around with these settings a little bit, but from what I've found, these settings that I've just shown you guys there are the best from what I've tested so far. It may be a bit too high for some of you guys out there, like the images might be a bit too sharpened, like it sort of looks like Borderlands in a sense, but if that does affect you guys, try lowering it. It doesn't hurt. Literally these are just the ones that I've tested and have worked out quite well for me, but you lot can always lower it for yourselves. Saying that though, I do think that the higher the sharpen is, the more you can see through the fog. I do recommend that you guys do try this out in game if you are a competitive player. If you guys are still on the fence of wanting to try it out and thinking if you should or not, here is that comparison I promised I would show you guys earlier. As you guys seen from that comparison, you do get a pretty big advantage over your opponents. Like, you can see through the fog a lot better than you could before. And if you're worried about getting banned or anything like that, don't worry, you can't get banned. This is an official Nvidia setting. If you've got concerns about that, don't guys, it's completely allowed. But yeah, that's pretty much the new setting. I have got one little extra bonus comparison to share with you guys, thanks to a few comments asking if it was possible to see through the fog on a specific colorblind setting, which I obviously had to try out for myself, and this is what I found, guys. As you've seen from those comparison clips right there, none of these colorblind settings remove the fog, unfortunately. The closest one that got to that, I think, was Deuteranope, but at the same time, it did make the game a lot darker, so I'm not even sure if it's worth switching to that if you weren't already on it. It does make the game rather dark. But yeah, guys, that's all I've got for today's video. If it did help you out, then be sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and use Codelife in the Fortnite item shop. Like I mentioned before, the Ghoul Trooper has eventually returned back to the item shop after I think it was like 700 days or something. If you are going to cop this, guys, be sure to use my code, and if you do cop with my code, guys, let me know on Twitter so that I can thank you personally. But yeah, that's all from me. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Peace.